What's up, guys? It's MagicRon here. I hope you're having a good day wherever you are in the world. So, in today's video, I follow up on the promise of my previous Ravnica Remastered Draft Booster Box, where I said I would open up a Magic the Gathering Foundations bundle, see what's in it, what we can expect to get from the set, and also just have a general discussion about Foundations and what we think it means for the format going forward. Now, I should point out that this is just the thoughts of someone who's been playing Magic for just over 2 years now. So Foundations is really designed to, I think, cater to a range of different people, whether you're just starting Magic or you're a experienced player. So that's reflected in the range of products that they offer. This one, the bundle, we've got beginner boxes, which are catered more to beginners. They have some jumpstart boosters that you can smash together and learn how to play the game with your friend. There's also the, not the beginner box, but the sort of starter collection, which I believe is made up of like 350 or so cards, some predetermined, some not. I think there are some play boosters in there as well. So that's to add or build on a collection, get some great, good playables, and be able to do something with that. Then there are, of course, the collector boosters for the more, for people who want to get maybe more value from their Foundations things. There's a lot of fancy arts there, like the fracture foils and new cards as well. One of the things I think that Foundations has done really well is it's brought in cards from different formats that are now going to be legal and standard. It's also reprinted some cards, which means that they're going to stay in circulation and standard for longer, and hopefully we'll see examples of some of these as I open the bundle. And yeah, so I think it's really elevated the level of standard, and it's going to be interesting to see what that means for the game going forward. Alright, so with that being said, let's crack on into the bundle. Before I do this, actually, I'm just going to point out outright what we see here. Play boosters may contain these cards. You get 1 to 4 cards of rarity, rare or high. 2 is 26%, 3 is 2%, and 4 is less than 1%. Now, I know some of you might not like me critiquing this, but I mean, ever since play boosters have come about, and if you go back to my first ever video where I pitted set boosters against play boosters, you will see that there's been this general trend towards decreasing these percentages and decreasing your expected number of rares and mythics in a pack. The general trend is set boosters, are becoming play boosters, but play boosters are essentially just another name for draft boosters. Now, the reason they've done this, I imagine, is just so you can essentially kind of have what ended up being the case with Ravnica Remastered, where you ended up with either draft boosters where people would play, or collector boosters where people would buy to get the chase cards. Now, obviously, this is a bit tricky because when you offer those chase cards in your products, I just feel like it's a means of getting more money out of your client/customer. So it's a way in which I feel Wizards are just trying to make more money, which is kind of sad. But at the same time, they're learning how to make better products, and they're learning how to cater to a wider range of audiences. So they're getting better at doing what they should have been doing perhaps a wee while ago. Right, anyway. I've just done a 4-minute intro/commentary without actually opening this bloody thing. So what's in here? Okay, well, we have a very nice die. Look at this die. So pretty, so colourful. Many colours. Foundations. We're laying the foundations for Magic's future here, people. We've got your classic things. Are you Gita? I don't know. We've got lands. Yeah, so this is the standard sort of bundle stuff. I'm not going to bother opening those. And in here, we know we have a foil for Rexian Arena. We can almost see it through the paper there. I think that's a fur. Yeah. And then we've got full art lands and all the fancy jazz like that. But what we're really interested in is the play boosters. I've seen some openings of this product, and I'm really thinking, because I know that obviously these are just going to be in the regular arts, the question for me, and it's really just for me, is doubling season or bust. I really want from this bundle a doubling season. It's the best card in the set, I believe. Whether or not that's going to change in the future is yet to be seen. But yeah, for me, it's doubling season or bust. There is no pull tab. That's interesting. I'm going to have to try and open this. Oh, okay. It just flew open. So, let's begin. I'm going to get rid of the art card. I'll slow roll the first few and get faster as we go along. So we've got Ambush Wolf, Flash. When this creature enters, exile up to one target card from it. Okay, I'm going to be a bit quicker than that. Think Twice, good reprint. Aspiring Paladin, Burst Lightning. Flexible cards, quite good. Carbon Waltz, Cackling Power. Witness Protection. This is a good card. Good for sort of just making a card do nothing, really. Good in Commander, good in Standard. Although it was already a Standard card. Vampire Nighthawk. A very versatile card. So look at this. Because it's Foundations, we're explaining what each of the subtext means. And I know that this is a critique for even the experienced players. Like, it's nice to have a reminder of what these things do, even with the specifics of the details. Like with Death Touch. Any amount of damage this creature, or this deals to a creature, is enough to destroy it. So it's just useful to have that sometimes when you're thinking about interactions like Death Touch, Trample, and all that stuff. So Vampire Nighthawk there. Just through. 3 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, you gain life. Or just through, I can't read. Essence Scatter. So, classic cards being reprinted here. Extravagant Replication is our rare for this pack. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of another target non-land permanent you control. So it's an interesting 6-drop. I believe that's new. I'm not 100% sure though. Do we have anything else in this pack? Zimone Paradox Sculptor. So this is a mythic. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control, and then double the number of each kind of counter on up to 2 target creatures and or artifacts you control. Right, so that's 2 rares and or mythics, and then a foil Healer's Hawk. And Swiftwater Cliffs. Cool. Right. This land enters tapped. So yeah, we're reducing that text there. Enters the battlefield tapped to just saying enters tapped. I mean that's pretty smart when you think about it, because that's saving a lot of printer ink, and that's good for the planet. So good on you wizards for doing that. Right, pack number 2. So I think they've really thought about what they're going to put in this set, and it's really good cards to elevate the level of Standard. This card's kind of like another name for another card in Brothers War. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Dazzling Angel, sort of a bigger version of the Bats card from Bloomborough. Firebrand Archer, cast a non-creature spell. This creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. Yeah, so wow, these cards, like, I'm pretty sure that's new. And even at common, like, that's kind of got a modern feel to it. Like, they're bringing modern, and I believe there's even some Commander cards here. They're bringing modern and Commander level into Standard. It's very interesting, the implications of this for the format. Pockery Stomper. When this creature enters, game 4. Yeah. Elephant. Big Fin Bouncer. Shark Pirate. Spitfire Lagak. With land, you control enters, deals 1 damage to each opponent. I think that was from Bloomborough. Sheevan Dragon. It's 1+0. Dire Graph Ghoul. Enters tapped. Oh, Heraldic Banner. I think this is quite a good uncommon. This is a new one. As this artifact enters, choose a color. Creatures you control of the chosen color get +1/+0 and add 1 mana of the chosen color. Yeah, that's a really good card. Think Twice in Borderless. It's good to know you can get those sorts of cards in the play booster. And what is my rare? Is it here? Yes, it is. Oh, no! Oh, hell. I already have quite a few of these. Painful Quandary in the new sort of enchantment frame. Oh, hell. I mean, they've reprinted it. I already have playset. Oh, dear. Billowing Shriek Mass. That's how it can go. Jungle Hollow. And a Dragon Token. That Dragon Token might actually be... Oh, look at that. A double-sided Dragon Token. This one's a 5/5. And this one is a 4/4. That's really useful. So that token might actually be one worth keeping. And just for reference, the art before I just got an art card, so you can get an art card. Oh, it's an art card that's a swamp. That's interesting. Oh, it's the really cool Liliana swamp as well. So you can get an art card, you can get a token, these sorts of things. Painful Quandary, I'm afraid for me, was a bit of a painful pull, but perhaps for someone else who's newer to the game, that's really good, because that card actually used to be worth quite a lot of money before it was reprinted. But I just wonder whether it really needed a reprint this recently. So a 2/2 zombie token or a 1/1 rat. Dwynen's Elite. This creature enters if you control another elf, credible one elf. So yeah, implications for elves. Wizards. Maybe we're going to start playing wizards a bit more, guys. That's just classic removal. Raid. Oh, that's different from Riot. Bugger, I got this confused. Raid is what is more in this set in the Rakdos. When this creature enters, if you attacked, this deals 2 damage to your target. When I play drafts, Rakdos is the other draft decks that I'm most successful with, or with aggro. I'm just able to think, or it just suits the way I think, perhaps, or it just suits maybe a simpler game style of just being aggressive, not having to worry about controlling the board, doing those sorts of things. Just is a bit tricky, because then you can have a board like I played in this draft before. I had a board. I was trying to figure out when to attack, and I attacked one turn too early, and it just screwed me over, and I didn't block properly, and I lost. Anyway, Hungry Ghoul, sacrifice another creature, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Quick Draw Katana. During your turn, equipped creature gets +2/+0 in first strike. Involuntary employment? Involuntary employment? Are you kidding me? Man, if we were in a recession, that card would have been absolutely hilarious. Gain control of target creature until end of turn, untap against haste. Oh, this is interesting. Create a treasure token. So for 4 mana, we make a treasure. When these cards, I think, normally cost 3 mana anyway. So it's essentially that, but gives you a bit more versatility. So that's quite interesting. I think that's a new card. Cephalid Ink Mage. When this creature enters, Surveil 3. Wow, that's pretty wild. This creature can't be blocked as long as it... That is not bad for an uncommon. Not bad at all. And an Octopus Wizard. Oh, man. I was just thinking of Shark to Crab before. And that's a Shark Octopus Crab. So I feel like maybe now we're starting to play Shark Octopus or Crab Tribal. Either that or I'm just going nuts. A Braid has been bumped up to uncommon. Interesting. Oh, Stroke of Midnight. I actually did need this. I'm pleased that this has been reprinted. Yeah, this is going to go on my Selesnya +1/+1 counters deck. Maybe. Although the power level of Stroke of Midnight, in the beginning it was seen as quite a good card, but perhaps a bit more later I realized it's sort of not as impressive as it seems, and I've kind of replaced it with other removal spells now, so it may or may not go in the deck. We will see. It's good to have anyway. Nessian Hornbeetle. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, if you control another creature with power 4 or greater, yes, it's power 4 or greater stuff. Exemplar of Light. I think this is a good card. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Whenever you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on this creature, draw a card. Yeah, note that is great in a Angels deck or a Lifelink deck. I'm a Kiwi, so I'm going to say deck like a deck, but just, you know what I mean, guys. Quick Draw Katana and foil looks nice. And your classic Thornwood Falls. Okay, so we're going alright so far. I am happy with just whatever we get here. as I said, for me, doubling seasonal bust. It's cool to look at the new format, the new stuff that's coming out. I want to try and save one of these for myself, but I think maybe the material that these are made of just means they just fall apart. Cat. Cat. Or a cat. See? A woman cat or a tutu cat. Okay, these are probably fairly common. But I mean, that's really useful that it's just one thing with different powers. Right. Light Shell Duo. I think came from Bloomborough. Catholic Commando. Gonna start to go a bit faster now because otherwise we'll be here all day. An offer you can't refuse. Nice. I don't have one of these either. So you see, even for someone who's been playing for 2 years, like this set is giving me cards that I haven't had, and they're good playables that I really need. So that's cool. An offer you can't refuse. Cat collector. So maybe cats are going to become a more popular thing now. Here comes the rare. Dribbling Scavenger. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, draw a card. 1/1 Death Touch. So that's not bad. Krenko, Mob Boss. Cool, I don't have this card. I think heavily reprinted, but great as a goblin. Great as a commander for the goblins. Vanguard Seraph and your Ragged Highlands. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I've opened, what, 4 play boosters? We've got 5 to go. So guys, tell me about your pre-release. Tell me about any of the Foundation's products you've opened so far. What do you think? How have your pulls been? And from your end, what is it that you're trying to get out of the set? Or what's impressed you most about this set? Oh, there we go. We've got a signed art card. Gigantosaurus. So that's cool. I actually like keeping some of the gold stamp signed art cards if they sort of have quite a cool art. So I think I'll keep this one. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but again, you know, they're trying to cater towards, or Wizards are trying to cater towards a range of audiences. So, right, run away together. Real Possibility, Hungry Ghoul. Weary Thespian is a good reprint for standard or just even draft. Of course, yeah, so these things are trying to be draftables as well. So this elevates the level of limited quite a lot too. Involuntary Employment again. I love that card. That's so funny. This creature enters, you may have it fight target creature you don't control. 6 mana for that is an uncommon. Youthful Valkyrie, yeah. The first reprint of this, I believe, which people who are wanting to make Angels decks will be very happy about. This is a staple in the Angels deck. Skyship Buccaneer. Raid. This creature enters if you attack. If you attacked, yes. Raid is with attacking. Garrick's Uprising. I mean, it's recently been reprinted in Wilds of Eldraine Shanty Tales, but this is now making it standard legal, so that's cool. Tiny Bones, Bauble Burglar. So what does this do? Whenever an opponent discards a card, exile it from their graveyard with a stash counter on it. During your turn, you may play cards you don't own with stash counters on them from exile. And mana of any type can be spent to cast those spells. Each opponent, and then you can make some. So it's a bit slow, but new card, I believe. Adventuring Gear. Whenever land you control enters, equipped creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So that could be built. That could be quite good in an equipment deck. I mean, you put all your equipments onto a creature. It's got trample. You've got some sort of landfall mechanic going on. Yeah, I think that's a really interesting card. So let me know, guys, if this kind of length of commentary is what you're after for new stuff. I know this video is getting a bit long now. Coma's Coil. Interesting token here. And Scion of the Deep. We Think Twice. Sparring Paladin, Burst Lightning. Good Fortune Unicorn. Whenever another creature you control enters, put a +1/+1 count. Wow! That in Selesnya is really good. As I think I've said, I'm building a Selesnya +1/+1 counters deck, and this is... yeah, this is essentially, I guess, an example of power creep with Renata. That's really good. Wildwood Scourge. Creature enters with the X +1/+1 counters on it. Put on another non-hydro creature. Oh, yeah. Faebloom Trick. Blue Fairies. And tap a creature. Meteor Golem. Oh no! Solemn Simulacrum for the rare. It's not quite what you want to see, given that you've got an extremely low chance of getting more than one rare in these packs. And yeah, there we go. Nah. Yeah, see, that kind of a pack's a bit disappointing. Like, it's a good card, it's a staple, but it's been reprinted so many times that, you know. Or I guess maybe the point of cards like that, of course, is that they're being brought into Standard. So, great to see them here, but from a financial perspective, it's just not that great. Right. I feel like we've hit the one pack that's going to have the two rares in it. Interesting. Ajani's Pridemate. If you gain life, put a counter on that creature. Borderless Braid. I feel like this might be a good pack. And a new art. Oh, Crystal Barricade. There's been a bit of talk about this card. Giving you hexproof when burn is in the meta in Standard right now is quite powerful. And prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. And being a 0/4 defender for 2, it's going to really store your opponent for a while. So this is quite a powerful card. What do we also see here? We see Kellen. Kellen playing a Trailblazer in foil. Everyone's saying Kellen always finds his way into different sets. So I wonder whether this Kellen will do us any good or not. Oh, and we've got the full art Liliana. That is a great swamp. This one's probably going to be worth a few pennies in the future, I reckon, as well. And who do we have here in the art card? Zul Ashur Lich Lord. All right. So that was a good rare. Let's go for the next pack. I say doubling seasonal bust, but really I'm pretty impressed with the Foundation set. If I had more money, I would probably be going for the collector boosters, but it's just not something I have. It's another reason why I went for the Ravnica Remastered Draft Booster box. It's just, it was cheaper, gave me the chance to get some Shocklands, which I did, if you look in the video that I will post a link to. Insect Goblin token there. Goldvein Pick. Quick creature gets +1/+1. If a quick creature does combat to a creature, create treasure token. So this is a reprint of the... oh, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but there's something similar to that from an older Standard set, I believe. Infernal Vessel. When this creature dies, if it wasn't a demon, return to the battlefield on its own control with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. It's a demon. Wow, this is interesting. Wonder if demons are going to become a bigger thing now in the future. Demir Demons did just win the standard tournament overseas. Rogue's Passage. Okay, so here's one of the Commander cards that's made its way into Standard. Or maybe it was in Standard before, I don't know. I've only been playing for 2 years. It's come back into Standard anyway. Rogue's Passage. Eager Tuffle Snout. Combat damage to a player, create a food. Here's the rare. Lathril, Blade of the Elves. Really good card for any elf deck. Elves, it's just a classic, and it's now in Standard. This is going to be dominating Standard decks, and yeah, I'm very pleased to have it, actually, because now this motivates me to try and build an Elves deck. Oh, Herald of Eternal Dawn. This was the one I was thinking about before. with that other angel that I pulled. Herald of Eternal Dawn is a really good card. Flash flying, you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. So they have to get through this before they can get through you, basically. That is a fantastic hit. Great to see we've had 2 packs with more than one rare or mythic. And they've been good ones. And Infernal Vessel and Foil. And a cool island. Alright, well that was a good hit. And now we go for the last pack. I'm just trying to think whether I'm going to put prices up. I probably won't because prices are going to shoot down. So, here, oh, be careful of the cards. Card quality I don't think is as good as the likes of Ravnica Remastered. It looks good, but just the feel of the material is a little bit different. Treasure Food there. Erudite Wizard, Dazzling Angel, Seraph Chaos. Okay, here we go. Spinner of Souls. Reach, whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may reveal cards on top of your library into a reveal creature card. Put it into your hand, and the rest in the bottom of your library. 4/3 reach for 3 though. That's not bad. Probably be better in the old draft. Pilf has gone down to a common, so they'll be played in Pauper now. And a 4 Rugged Highlands. Okay, guys, so that is the bundle. I will now show you the highlights. Okay, guys, so I'm here with the summary now. So here's the big hits of the bundle. Herald of Eternal Dawn. That was first Mythic Zimone, Paradox Sculptor, second one, nothing too crazy there. Exemplar of Light is a good hit. And then we got Extravagant Replication, Killer, Planar Trailblazer, nothing too crazy. Crystal Barricade, I think, is a good hit. Lateral Blade of the Elves, Spinner of Souls, Solemn Simulacrum, Krenko Mob Boss, Tiny Bones. So these are nothing too crazy. Painful Quandary, of course, I had a few of before. And then Heraldic Banner in the Uncommon, which is a good card. Youthful Valkyrie, being good hits from the Uncommons. And these are just my comments on some of the cards I've picked out because I think they're interesting. Adventuring Gear, I found out, hasn't been reprinted since, well, I mean, it came from a set that came out in 2009. I can't remember what it was called. It was only reprinted in Jumpstart, and this is the first time it's being seen in Standard for quite a while. So I think that's quite interesting. Again, with Firebrand Archer, Hour of Devastation is where this came from, and that set's quite old now. Yes, puss. Sorry, it's my cat. Witness Protection has gone back. This is what they're doing with sets that have just gone out of circulation. They're bringing them back into circulation for Standard. You can get cards like Think Twice, which have come in, and you can get them in Cool Arts, Borderless Arts. Stroke of Midnight is a good removal. Involuntary Employment, again, is from Streets of New Capenna. As I discovered, it's not a new card. An Offer You Can't Refuse, similarly, from an older set, which is being recirculated back in. Pilf has been downshifted to commons. That has interesting implications for Pauper, I suppose. Pauper discard decks. Borderless Abray that you can get there. And then sort of your Commander or Modern-like cards like Rogue's Passage. So things like that. We've got Commander cards coming into Standard. We've got Modern cards. This was printed in Modern Masters. Burst Lightning is going into Standard. Good Fortune Unicorn, Modern Horizons 1, I think I found out. So it's all very interesting. And these 2 cards are new. Cephalid Ink Mage, I think, is quite powerful for an uncommon. Surveilling 3 for 3 with a threshold ability, making it unblockable, is quite interesting. And this card here, I think I actually have another one, not in foil. This is very powerful, it seems, just being something that's going to come back even stronger and as a demon. So there's interesting implications for if people are going to be making demon standard decks, or whether this idea of Demur Demons is going to carry on in the future, which it may well do. All right, so that's the summary, guys. Puss, come on. Do you want to get into the shot? You want to summarize it for us? That's been the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Let me know how it's been for you and what you think of the Foundation set and what it means for when you're going to be playing Magic. And if you enjoy seeing content like this, I know it's a slightly longer video. It's kind of going over things in a bit more meticulous detail. Do let me know. I hope it's been helpful, or let me know what you'd like to see. So do like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. You want to say goodbye, Puss? No? Okay. Alright, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye.